You gotta figure it out.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I haven't read all the articles, but
I haven't either, and I'm doing.
I've read them all. Do you want me to do it?
No, we'll wait.
Yeah.
If Maya would stop distracting us.
Alright, ready, and action.
Hi everyone, I'm Rosie.
I'm Maya.
I'm Anna.
And we are Chicks Dig Flicks. Oh, we should have done. No,
Oh, sorry.
We should have all done that and you said it in unison.
Oh, and we are
Chicks Dig Flicks. See, that's so cute. Okay. Maya doesn't like it. Majority, you're overruled.
Oh, whatever.
All right, let's start off with some news. Some really sad news today is that Richard Glatzer, who's the director of Still Alice, which we reviewed last week, has died. He was 63. He was battling ALS. I think he was diagnosed a little bit before they started filming.
Yeah.
And Julianne Moore mentioned him his husband is still alive, and they directed the movie together. I guess he helped him.
Yeah.
And Julianne Moore mentioned both of them in her acceptance speech for her Oscar, and was sad that they couldn't be there that night. But yeah, so it's, I don't know, having seen the film, I was just reading this earlier and it really got to me.
Yeah, it was really sad. Like, they were saying how when they were reading the book before they made the movie, it was really hitting close to home. Yeah. About this woman having to deal with this disease, and then also his husband was dealing with this disease, and that's just really how powerful this film is. Like, even behind the scenes that we didn't get to, because they said in this article from the Hollywood Reporter is that that he had to tap when they were communicating.
Yeah.
Oh jeez, was he well enough to be at the Oscars to see Julianne?
No, he was in the hospital at the time.
Yeah.
But his husband, Wash Westmoreland, there's a really nice quote from him in the article, and it says, "I'll say also that when you're looking after someone who is ill day in and day out, looking after every need they have, it can be very, very tough. And making the film and now watching the film, I myself am inspired to do better, to serve better, to love better, to be more emotionally present, no matter how tough the days can be. It might sound silly that I draw inspiration from my own film, but I do."
That's very cute.
So, yeah.
That's very nice.
And, okay, I guess we can move on. Next piece of news, oh gosh. Sony has plans for a new Ghostbusters film. Not the already announced Ghostbusters film of, an all-female cast, but now they're making an all-male cast.
Never
done before. Truly groundbreaking decision on the part of Sony Pictures. Good job, guys. So it's going to be directed by Joe and Anthony Russo, who also directed Captain America, The Winter Soldier, which so much of the response that I've seen has just been I trusted these directors and now they're doing this. What?
Why?
What are your guys' thoughts on
It's so
this?
silly. I don't I know they want to do they want to, big, just milk out this money, but it's at what cost, at what worth that they need to be milking out money. It doesn't make any sense to be doing this, especially it's just so weird that they wanted to make this, this film with women, and then they're just but we could also do it again with men.
But what if?
But what if?
Maybe they should try even a third one, but this time with dogs.
Yes.
All dog cast of Ghostbusters.
Women were going to be in Ghostbusters. What's next? Men and then dogs?
Men can marry dogs. Bestiality.
Starring role in their movie. Yeah, my reaction to this news is can we not have anything?
No. Yeah.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Can we live?
Can we live? Honestly, though, it's so ridiculous. And I think for a while there, I was just not acknowledging that it was going to happen because I was just I was in a rage, honestly. I just was so angry that it was such a nice thing to like, oh yeah, like we're gonna reboot this awesome movie and it's gonna be all female, and then like JK.
And I'm so mad too because I was getting so much pleasure out of how angry men were about the all-female Ghostbusters being like, oh, they're ruining my favorite childhood movie, and I was like, yes, good.
Ruining?
I want to ruin the movie.
You haven't even seen it yet. How is it ruined?
Yes,
And now, like, I'm sure all those misogynists that were saying that are like really happy.
I love this comment that's on here. It says, we already have a guy-themed Ghostbusters movie. They were called Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters. Good God, are men's egos really that fucking thin? Seriously, we could use the male ego as solar sails on NASA's space probe. Oh no, men are only going to headline 96% of the movies instead of 97. We're losing everything. Feminazis. I'm so fucking embarrassed to be a cisgender male right now. You have no idea. I love that.
Yes.
Thank you, Arkle.
Shout out to Arkle.
Just put it perfectly.
So good.
Yeah. So who's being cast in this?
They said Channing Tatum's like he's like trying to produce it, but he's also, they're hoping for him to be headlining the film, like being part of the film, which I mean, if this was
play
like
one of the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters. Which is like, if this was another time and they didn't already make a woman, like, I would be okay with that. But like, since they've like, because I like Channing and I think he's really good comedic chops. But why this film? Like, why does it have to be what we already have?
And who's in the female-led Ghostbusters?
Kate McKinnon, Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy and Leslie.
What's her name from SNL?
Yeah, so most of it's all SNL favorites.
Okay, great. Well, my only hope is that the female-led film makes way more money than the male-led film, which.
And it's just better.
Sure will happen.
Leslie Jones.
Which I think it will, because they have some kick-ass ladies.
Paul Feig is directing it. Director of Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
He's good, great. So, I'm still excited about the female-led Ghostbusters. I just, like, I'm going to try to ignore this other...
Yeah, let's just ignore it together. Ignore.
All right. Let's move on from our male rage. All right, so it looks like another kind of sad piece of news. The director of Midnight Rider is going to be charged in the death of... Oh, it just stopped working.
I got it. Okay.
So the death of Sarah Jones, who was a camera assistant on the film. I don't exactly know how she died. Was it
So there was there was a bridge, and the director I think they were going to film there, and they filmed on this bridge, but they didn't get any permits to film on this bridge. So a train came by and hit her she got hit with the train, and then like a bunch of people got injured because they're trying to film and people were pissed.
And I think the response was really nice because a lot of television shows and I don't know if movies were doing it too, but they like had kind of like a dedication to Sarah Jones.
Yeah, they did.
They would do the
in the Oscars. They did at the Oscar in the memoriam. They had her.
Did I mention the director's name? Randall Miller. So he's charged with involuntary manslaughter, and it's been a while since someone's been charged.
Film
related,
100 years.
100 years.
Wow. Yeah, so they said that he's going to get like, what did it say? A year or two.
Which, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about the director? I mean, I know that they're in charge, but it's kind of like, you delegate, and I don't know if it was
I think it kind of like, I don't think he deserves it because he's like the head person, and like, I mean, there's also all these people who go into permits, but he should have like known about these and like not put. I think like he put her in danger of like something like that happening, and so and it's just because a lot of times it's like so many like directors do not respect their crew members enough. That like crew members are willing to risk their life for a lot of things, and directors kind of like have this empty. I don't really know how he acts as a director, but like this kind of charge of like you have to do this for the shot or for this, and then they don't realize the consequences of their actions. So I mean, he's only getting a year, so it's not like it's
his life is ruined.
Is ruined, but I feel so bad for Sarah. Like. Yeah.
A lot of innocent, suspected innocent people have gotten a lot worse sentences, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But, to me, it's like, what a, like, freaky, tragic accident.
Right.
That I can kind of sympathize with the director thinking, like, you didn't fill in all the cracks, like, movies are kind of thrown together, like, no one really knows what they're doing on them. It's all kind of like a miracle that it gets made and happens, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's not as together as people think it is. It's really just people doing guesswork and trying to figure it out as they go.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a tragedy, but I mean, it makes sense to me that the law would operate this way, but...
I suppose. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Tim Burton is going to direct a live-action version of Dumbo.
What is this?
I have just, what is my response?
So they're going to get some stunt elephant actors?
Helen Bonham Carter is going to come back even though they separated. Johnny Depp's in this game.
There were some great memes attached to them separating. Anyway, so... according to Entertainment Weekly, it's going to be actors and computer-generated effects. So, like, kind of like Alice in Wonderland.
Fuck, I hated that movie.
Was that Tim Burton?
Yeah, it was Tim Burton.
Okay. It's going to be a Disney film.
Yeah. Disney. I don't want... Okay, they better take out those racist crows, though. Remember those crows? Like, you can fly! Don't know, blah, blah, blah. Like, they better take that shit out.
Yeah.
Tim Burton.
Yeah. Yeah, that was strange. I feel like we talked about, like, we watched that scene in one of my classes as, like, an example of racism or something.
Oof.
I don't remember. What exactly do they say?
They're just like these, just like jive talking crows. They're like, "Why you going over there? It's like, you're gonna fry Dumbo? You're gonna do this?" Like it's like awful. It's so bad.
Dumbo was made in the 50s, the 40s?
40s? 50s? Yeah, somewhere around there.
Not early enough.
Truth.
Excuse it.
All right. I mean, we'll see.
Maybe
see the trailer, see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Tim Burton, I like him. I do.
It depends.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, my favorite piece of news. Ben Stiller announces Zoolander 2 at Paris Fashion Week. Well, Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson, they both took to the stage of whose fashion show was it? It was Valentino, and they walked the runway as their characters, and it was glorious. Yes. What a wonderful video! Can we put a link to it?
Yeah, it's in this Rolling Stone thing.
Yeah, it's just wonderful. They just like totally get back into character after how many years has it been? Like
10? 2001?
Oh, 14
years. Wow.
Yeah. This is
that's like almost enough for just like a reboot, not even a sequel.
Yeah.
This film will be released next year on February 12th. So
yeah.
That'll be 15 years. Thank God, jeez. Like,
I think that's great. That's great. That's like a good way to do a sequel, I feel like.
Yeah.
15 years later.
15 years later. And everyone's still so excited because it's so funny. And this, I think, was just literally the perfect way to announce it. Mm-hmm. Just could not have been better. Giving some blue steel.
Yeah. I wish they did more, like, people, when they announce sequels or something, they do more, like, really lively things that we're, like, all, like, excited for it,
Mm-hmm. Well, how about for some people who, I don't know why this would be the case, but who haven't seen Zoolander? What's the basic plot?
What even is the plot?
Male models.
Male models.
Ben Stiller is a male model, Owen Wilson is a male model, and they're kind of, like, rivals, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Will Ferrell is, like, the, fashion boss.
Fashion boss?
I don't know.
I haven't seen it in a while.
And they're rivals and they're competing against
and they're just
each other.
really not smart.
Yeah, they're both very not smart.
Yeah. But what even is the plot? Like, I honestly don't...
There's a little bit of romance in there. He falls in love with some girl. All these movies in which the point of the comedy is that someone's really dumb and then for some reason finds a pretty girl to want to be with them even though they're like 3-year-old level of intelligence.
Yeah.
But it's a really
it's
funny
actually kind
film.
of creepy.
Yeah. It's a really funny film. I will definitely see the sequel. I think that's a great
absolutely, and we should see the first one as well.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it yet, get on it, and then you can probably realize that throughout your life, people have been making Zoolander quotes.
all the time.
Yeah.
It's like a really quotable movie. It's like Mean Girls.
Your eyes will be open. Your ears will be open. To all the quotes that exist around you.
What is this? A school for ants? It needs to be at least 3 times as big.
Oh my god, you guys.
We could do that for another 50 minutes.
Alright, yeah, okay. Enough of... Oh god. Alright, so what you've all been waiting for with bated breath. Frozen 2!
Fuck! God,
let it go already.
Yeah, let it go. God.
Yeah,
this is gonna be annoying as shit. My cousin's gonna be all over this, and she's gonna be I don't know. By the time this probably comes out, she'll be like 10 or something like that. Because
it comes out. Do they have a date?
No, they don't. Probably like.
I'm guessing 20. Oh, it says. Oh no, it doesn't.
No, that's just Star Wars.
Yeah, but I'm guessing 2017.
Yeah, so it's Disney. If we didn't say that before.
Yeah, Disney's
7. Oh fuck, that's gonna be awful.
So the film's directors, is it the same film directors? Jennifer Lee and Chris Buck are directing. A release date and production details are yet to be announced. So we'll see. We'll see. This is just...
Is anyone surprised by this?
No, literally no one.
They were already making rumors about it when it came, when the first movie, came out or whatever, that. They're like, oh, this is going to have a second sequel.
It made so much money, I can't even blame them.
Yeah.
It generated nearly $1.3 billion at the box office.
And merchandise.
Yeah, and merchandise.
Yeah, Disney's not going to be Disney's trying to, up its game now. And they're trying to,
$1.3 billion. Holy shit.
Y'all need to stop. You need to quit. This movie is not as good as you guys think it is. So
it is not that good.
Listen to Maya, listeners.
Come on, guys. Why you didn't give this money to Princess and the Frog, you assholes, and you gave this money to fucking Frozen? I'm so pissed. And they're literally the same, the same, not even the same quality, because Princess and the Frog, I think, is a little bit more superior than this movie, but they have the same exact quality. God damn it, you guys!
Yeah,
it's so bad.
Shout out to my sister she has 2 kids, and her daughter, my niece, is obsessed with Frozen. And so I asked her, I was like, "So what makes it so good? I don't know. I've seen it. I don't love it. What is it?" And my sister was like, sometimes little girls just need to let it go. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's totally fair. And, she got, a karaoke machine with the songs, and they were just, belting it and, having so much fun with that. So, I don't know.
Yeah, the girls are enjoying it.
Yeah.
I like girls. I want them to have fun.
Yeah, my cousin, my 3-year-old cousin, now she's 4. But every time the Frozen would come up on the commercials, she would go, Frozen! And then, just start dancing. And then, I would have to play, for a week straight when I was in London, I played Frozen in, the different languages. And then, Frozen again. And we just watched Let It Go all the time. And then she would, huddle on me and then watch it. And it was cute, but I'm done. Let's go on. I want more black princesses. Yeah. Let's just do, whatever. Yeah. I'm tired of these. This is, white-ass princesses.
Yes.
Get out of here.
You know what's interesting, though? Because maybe I'm just, remembering this wrong, but I feel like Disney was never really something that I... obsessed, freaked out over with my friends or anything. And I feel like now it's just become this phenomenon that, I don't know how they did it, but they just, got it to be this, communal experience, sort of.
Yeah, where, how did they do
those
it?
90s
I don't know if it...
those 90s
us 90s kids.
90s
well,
kids.
Because, I don't know. I mean, we had the merchandising, but maybe it's,
It's the nostalgia. they're selling nostalgia.
Well, because we were like,
to us?
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
but it's not working on us three.
But I'm talking about the little kids who are all like.
I mean, the Disney Channel makes it
obsessed.
like way easier to like get obsessed with certain things. I don't know, like as a channel. I mean, because the Disney Renaissance was between like, what is it, 88, because there was like Little Mermaid and there was like a bunch of films before we came out. But by the time we got older, they stopped having
That's
Renaissance.
true. They also didn't come out when we were.
Yeah. So they just hit so then we had like Princess and the Frog, which was it was modest success, you know, it didn't have that big a success. And then they had Tangled, which I felt like that was the movie that kind of took off because I've never like
that was the Disney reboot.
That was a Disney reboot because they all of a sudden they had
But Tangled is better than Frozen.
Yeah.
So
Tangled is better than Frozen. Princess and the Frog is fucking better than Frozen. I'm gonna say that out loud, you guys.
Yeah.
No one mess with Princess and the Frog. That movie's gorgeous and it's cute and it's inspirational.
Little girls, they like to see princess movies. They like movies about girls.
Pretty,
which it's pretty. It's very pretty aesthetically, and you know, it does have 2 female leads, which is like nice. But it's just like, is that like the best we can do? Like, no.
Yeah. Or the whole thing like
we can get some women of color in there.
Yeah. Or the whole thing about like, well, they're, you know, they have love for their like sisters. You know, their sister love is what bonds them together, not like love by another man. I'm like, there are so many other Disney films that are not by love with another man, but like y'all not like y'all. Anyway,
all right.
The music is good.
Yeah. Let's move on.
All right, move on.
Okay.
Okay. So another Frozen alum, Josh Gad, who was Olaf in Frozen, is going to be in another live action Fairytale, Beauty and the Beast. That's not. Is it Fairytale?
Yeah,
I guess.
I don't know. Good question.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so he's joining the project with Emma Watson, who's Belle, Dan Stevens from Downton Abbey, who's the Beast or the Prince, and Luke Evans, who's Gaston.
And what else is Luke Evans?
Is Luke Evans Chris Evans' brother?
No, we had this. I think we had this.
Oh, we
discussion.
did. Oh, okay. He's just another guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's British. Psh, okay.
I don't. But I don't understand.
Oh, he's in the Hobbit movies. Oh.
I think they'd making a live action.
He's LeFou. He's LeFou, which is the sidekick character to Gaston.
There we go.
Okay,
yeah, that makes sense.
That's what. If you guys wanted to know who he was, I thought he was the Beast for a second. I was like,
this is gonna
be amazing.
Now I feel bad for assuming that that's what he was.
He's LeFou.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, okay, they put him as the sidekick character. But
I mean, he can sing.
He's
from Book of Mormon, and he was really good.
And so who's Dan Stevens? That's the actual Beast.
That's the guy from Downton
Abbey.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the Beast.
Who's he on Downton Abbey?
I forget his name. Okay. He's like the one who was
one of the servants.
No, he's that guy.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen enough of Downton Abbey.
Okay,
but I think that's gonna make that a story that's already pretty disturbing. If you put it into live action, is gonna get really even more disturbing in terms of like the kidnapping. And what's that called when you fall in love with your kidnapper?
Stockholm Syndrome. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, Emma Watson's gonna be playing a princess, so well, like you know, a smart person, you know, into it. Yeah, Emma Watson's dream.
I mean, Emma Watson's literally made for that part. Yeah, and also Bella's basically like Hermione.
Yeah. Except pretty.
Except pretty.
Really.
So she's like Hermione from the movies.
Yeah.
So Emma Watson. Full circle moment.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
I mean, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's like, he's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, he's like, we can, I guess, talk a little bit more later about our discussion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right after we do the trailer.
Yeah.
About, like, live action films. And
stuff. Yeah. And we're coming to you with a mini episode today, a short episode.
Oh, yes.
We did not see a movie this week. Sorry, Alana.
Sorry, Alana.
See Cinderella. It's like she commented
pre-midterms week.
Yeah, we all have
and
midterms.
Alana and Anna's computer broke. She has to get a new computer, and we're just like all very busy. I was at the Asian Film Symposium all day yesterday, which I will talk about a little bit later.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, but hopefully this is just as entertaining.
Yeah.
If a bit shorter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess we can wrap up our news
our
section.
news is over. That's it. So
news is done.
We can move on to box office. Take it away, Maya.
All right. Okay, wait. I have a correction I need to do because Edmund was was listening to our podcast earlier, and I made a mistake about the differences between sound mixing and sound editing. And he said that I got the role of the sound mixer wrong because I said the sound mixer is the person who does the mixing on set. Yeah. But he said that's what the production mixer does. The sound mixer takes all of what the sound editing does and puts it all together.
Okay.
So, my mistake. Thank you, Edmund. And he also said that I made another mistake. He said, when I said Ella Coltrane is the only white boy in his 20s I'll give a shout out to, and then he said that's a lie because you give me shout outs all the time. And I said, I love you, Edmund. So, I love you,
Edmund. All right, tell Edmund to comment on the videos. We will no longer be entertaining
private messages.
Yes,
Edmund.
no private messages. Make that shit public.
But we do love you, Edmund.
We do, yes. Okay, so...
Thanks for listening.
For the box office, we have number one spot is Cinderella. So, remember last week where no one saw any films? This week is huge. Cinderella, got $70 million at the box office, which is really great. Women, all a big women cast film getting $70 million. In March. It's great. So, all power to Cinderella. I guess it hit a market that people really wanted. Yeah, for the number two film is Run All Night with a weekend gross with $11.1 million.
And what is this movie?
Run All Night, let me see. Is it Liam Neeson? Oh, so we don't even need to know. It looks silly. So
shout out to my boyfriend who's in love with Liam Neeson.
Really? Tell him that I've seen him before because his kid went to my school.
Oh, really?
I saw him at parent-teacher conferences.
Oh.
Right after Nicole Richardson died. So it was really sad.
Oh, that is sad.
Yeah.
Is Liam Neeson's son hot?
I don't know. He was in my one of my best friend's brother's grade, so a few grades down.
Oh,
okay. I'll tell him.
Yeah.
To the number three spot is Kingsman: Secret Service, still racking up that money. It passed the $100 million mark, so good for you. And then Focus came at number 4 with $5.8 million. It still has not hit its budget in America at $44 million overall.
What about internationally?
Oh, but it's made internationally $37 million. So
it made its money back.
Not yet. You have to sort of make twice amount the money to make money back because of advertising and stuff. So it still hasn't.
Wait, that doesn't factor in advertising?
No. Budget's only the
production.
Oh. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. Because I know they use for Hunger Games, it was $80 million for its first budget, the first movie, but then another $20 or $25 million for its marketing. Or
Jesus,
like that. It's a lot of money.
Well, Focus didn't do that great at much advertising, though, did they? Maybe that's why they're not doing it.
And then rounding up the top 5 is Chappie with $5.8 million, very close to Focus, so it might actually hit number 4. With so it's made $23.3 million so far in the States with a $49 million budget. Oh, and it's made only $13.7 million foreign domestic. So
you can still see. Oh no, you can't see it anymore at the Apollo, can you? Or it's still there?
Not now. No, I think it's gonna be gone by the time this comes out.
Okay.
So movies that are coming out for next week. Oh shit, I forgot. Is Divergent.
Yes, I can talk about that. So I'm really excited. It's not it's the second in the Divergent series, Insurgent,
which is a book series.
A book series, YA series.
It's I don't know. I'm really excited. I honestly I read the first 2. I read the first one, then I was like, oh man, gotta read the second one right away. And luckily it was already out. And then I had to wait way too long for the third one. But so the first and the second kind of blur together for me a little bit, but I remember really liking it.
Everything I've heard about Divergent from the outside crowd, people who haven't read the book, is that it's the Hunger Games, but
in Chicago.
Yeah, it's the Hunger Games, but more categories or something like that. What's your response to that? Really?
That's like saying oh wait, what? But more categories?
Someone said there's more categories that you put kids into.
But they don't put. You mean like Harry Potter?
Like the sorting?
No, like they sort kids into like things.
But they don't
rather
do that
than
in
like the
Hunger Games.
rather than the districts.
Yeah, I mean, that's like saying every dystopian novel is like every other dystopian novel. Mm-hmm. Like, it just doesn't do anything for me. I'm like, yeah. And, like, that's what happens when something does well. And I don't even, like, I don't know when she started writing the books.
She wrote it after Hunger Games came out, I'm pretty sure.
You know what?
She wrote it when she was pretty young. She was in college. School.
She was 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for her.
I'm gonna make a YA novel, and I'm gonna make $1 billion.
But you're not gonna do it by the time you're in college.
No, actually, sorry guys. I actually have
you're past 20. Too bad, Maya.
Oh,
too late.
They'll probably put like 22, like, young, author Maya Mariner, and it's going to be immediately. So
you've got a year. Oh, yeah. Well, you've got a bit more than a year.
I'm doing it now. I'm ready.
You got to keep.
Also, another film coming out is Kumiko the Treasure Hunter. This came out in Sundance last year. It's about a Japanese woman who goes to South Dakota or whatever to find Fargo, to find the remaining whatever happened in Fargo, the movie Fargo. Mm-hmm. And it has what's her name. Rinko Kikuchi from Pacific Rim.
Oh.
So, yeah, she's in this movie. And it's apparently really, really good. So, there's there's a mystery that happens in Fargo. I have not seen Fargo, but mystery happens in Fargo. And so she's trying to trace the steps of that.
Such good movie people.
So it's kind of like a spin-off of Fargo.
Sort of, but it was by different, it's like her. And I think it's based on a true story of a woman that did this.
Oh, okay. So it's more like this woman knew Fargo was a movie.
Yeah.
And now she's trying to trace them. Okay.
Yeah. Is it an American movie?
Yeah.
American made?
Yeah, it's American made.
That sounds really interesting.
I think so, yeah.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I don't know I think it is American made because it was really headlined in Sundance or whatever. But all right, cool. So that's it for coming soon in box office.
Thanks, Maya.
You're welcome. So we're gonna do trailer trash talk.
Trailer trash talk. Well, remember
we really need intros.
We promised to have some intros.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
We will have intros.
It was midterms.
Yeah.
Not really.
It was the week before midterms.
It was pre-midterms.
Which was basically midterms.
Yeah.
So we're going to have so this is the Inside Out trailer 2. This is like the full trailer because they released a teaser sort of trailer a few months ago. So this is for Inside Out, Pixar's
I love
Inside
the
Out.
fact that because we went to the Pixar talk 2 weeks ago, and they were talking about this, and they were like, "Can we say this yet? Has it been released? Like what?" And we're like,
"At the inside look." So maybe what's a brief?
So it's the newest movie? Pixar movie. It's about this girl's emotions that are kind of like personified. Yeah, is that the word? I'm an English major. I should know. Yeah, it's personified. Well,
yeah.
Okay.
They're made into people.
No, it's like Anna. What's the word? There's a word for it.
Anamorphed. Anamorphs.
Anamorphs. No, but
Metamorphosis?
Yeah, but when you give stuff like human characteristics.
I'm pretty sure it's personified.
I think it's personified.
No, that's like in writing. I mean, like that's in like writing, but it's like.
Okay. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Anyway, yeah. So this little girl, her emotions are like coming to life, and then something happened. Well, we don't want to.
Yeah, we don't give it away. It just happened. So we'll start the trailer.
And it's starring...
Are you guys listeners, go to the link in the description.
Yeah, it's from Ellen premiered this.
Find the trailer, cue it up. And we're going to watch it with you. You can get our reactions as if you were sitting in this room with us. Which don't you wish you could be friends with her?
She just put her head on her chin, her chin on her fist. I was like, yes.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Ready, guys? And go.
So, Riley, how was the first day of school? Fine, I guess.
He's cute.
Yeah.
Did you guys pick up on that? Something's wrong. Signal the husband.
Oh, bit of gender roles.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
What did she say? Oh, sorry, sir. No one was listening. Is it garbage night? We left the toilet. What is it, woman? What?
Stop it.
Why would men care about
Why?
I'm
joy. This is sadness. That's anger. This is disgust. And that's fear. Fear Riley's emotions.
Where does she live?
San Francisco, I think. They moved to San Francisco.
Sadness. She did something to the memory. Is everything okay?
So is this a metaphor for depression?
Great.
I don't know.
No.
People were thinking about it. Like, I saw a lot of comments about it.
The sadness fucked everything up.
Can I say that curse word now?
I said that curse word now.
More than a feeling. Nice. I get it.
Oh, I wish Joy was here.
Oh, I wish Joy was there too.
That's long-term memory. You could get lost in there. Think positive. Okay. I'm positive you will get lost in there.
Is that Melissa McCarthy?
No,
No.
it's she's from The Office. I forgot the other Phyllis something.
Yeah.
Mindy Kaling plays Disgust.
Oh, great.
This reminds me of that show, that animated show, where they were like inside that guy.
Osmosis Jones.
Yes, Osmosis Jones.
You can't focus on what's going wrong. There's always a way to turn things around.
Aww.
That's nice.
Ugly.
Congratulations, San Francisco.
I like this animation.
Yeah. They've gotten really good.
And this is like the first time they've really, besides the Academies, dealt with like
Real people.
Yeah, with real people.
Is it?
Yeah.
Brain freeze.
Besides Brave, I guess.
Amy Poehler.
They got a really good cast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bill
they
Hader,
did.
Mindy Kaling.
So
Cute.
yeah, it's
June
good.
19th. That's soon.
That's very soon.
That is very soon. Wow.
Yeah, so-
kinda
It's
late
Soon
on
to
their-
have just released a
Yeah,
full trailer.
I think this is going to be a good film. It's really. This is like one of the few ones that has a woman, like, because besides Brave, this is like now has a like a young girl as the main protagonist, like about
like
her
that.
life and her emotions. So yeah, I just guess I want to know, like, by the time we see this film, like what it's about. Like if it's about a metaphor for depression. or-
Anthropomorphism.
Anthropomorph. You were so close, though.
Animorphs.
Animorphs.
Animaniacs.
Animorphs. God.
Oh my god. Sorry.
But, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of ways that how can they not make it, like, things going on in the brain, like, that are affecting your emotions, it really seems like something about mental illness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope they deal with that well. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really hope the gender stuff is just like a way to get people to watch the movie.
I think
and
it
then
is.
It's gonna be.
I mean, it's a cheap joke. It's an
Yeah,
easy joke.
It's something for parents. I really think because I think they're like, oh, like, you know, mothers and
They're
fathers,
better
like,
than
oh,
that.
ha, ha, ha.
I feel like Pixar is
Like,
better than that.
It's an easy joke. They know it'll bring the parents in.
Yeah, the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The parents are gonna go anyway. Like,
Yeah, but I
they're
think
gonna
it's
bring
like
their
easily
kids.
for like, you know, for them to enjoy. Which I feel like when you go see a Pixar film, even if you
Gender
are,
roles.
even if you are a parent, you'll always enjoy it more than there's some films that I've seen like that are for young kids that are just like for young kids, not
Yeah.
for parents. But like I feel like Pixar is pretty good with having parents as like.
I just feel like it's so tired.
I was thinking about the science of this movie because, you know, like the neuroscience behind it. Because, I mean, Dan's a neuroscience major, so I feel like he's going to have some problems with this movie. But also the fact that Pixar is notorious for doing lots of research for their films. So I'm wondering how they're going to deal with that. Like the brain freeze thing. Like,
Yeah. I think that's just maybe just personified as something like
That's just
you
like a
feel
fun-
like what your brain
yeah, that's
does.
just a fun little image.
Yeah, it is a
But-
really
Yeah.
fun image.
But like how emotions actually work inside the brain.
But isn't that so weird that it's like, yeah, when you do have a reaction to a brain freeze, it's not like your mouth is like what's happening. It's just that it's signaling your brain, and your
Right.
brain like gives you the. It's all your. It's all in your head.
Everything's your
It
brain.
really is all in your head.
That's true. But that looks like I hope it's good. I want Pixar to have a winner.
Yeah, I thought Monsters University was pretty okay, like
I
pretty
mean,
good. I
Pixar
thought it was
is
actually
so
pretty good.
It has
I don't
such
know,
a
I
good
didn't-
reputation.
I
No,
didn't
not
like
recently.
Monsters Inc. I didn't like Monsters.
I
I love
did.
Monsters Inc. Sorry,
You didn't like
scratch
Monsters
that completely
University?
from the list. I didn't like Monsters University that much. It was okay. I just didn't feel like it was a good movie. I was like, if this were just any animated film, I'd be like, that was a really good animated film. But if it's Pixar,
I thought Pixar started like dropping off the edge ever since Cars 2.
Cars 2, yep.
Fucking
That's-
Cars
Oh,
2.
the-
Honestly, the first Cars.
Wait.
Actually, the first Cars was a mistake.
Sorry, we're recording.
That's okay.
Wait, my favorite thing that Anna has ever said.
Okay, let me tell you guys what my problem with Cars is.
We have to find
Where
it.
did these cars come from? Who made these cars?
Why are they cars?
Yeah.
Did God make these cars? But the world is set up for humans. There are restaurants and like gas stations and stuff.
Yeah, how do the cars think about
So why is there no humans but only cars?
Didn't they give like a whole like? Wasn't there a whole thing about like how the cars?
Yeah, but fans made that up.
Yeah, fans made that up. It's like because they ran the world so like shitty that they like went to Earth,
like
and then that was like right before WALL-E was made or something like that. But
it's
like,
a good theory, but I don't think the writers thought about that when they were writing. I think they're like, what if there was just cars in the world? But it's like, why?
Yeah.
The Monsters Inc. makes sense. It's like you've got the monsters world and the humans world, and it's like this whole mythology.
Oh my god.
Yes.
But anyways, yeah. But so Cars.
And they're making a Cars 3, which is fucked up.
Anyways, I want this to be a winner for Pixar because I was really excited about Brave, and Brave really disappointed me.
Me too.
Yeah, same.
So it'd be nice to have a good female-led, girls cute, like a nice Pixar female-led winner movie.
Yeah, agreed.
But,
All right. So we're gonna...
Should we go discuss a little?
Oh yeah, our discussion. What are we? We haven't really decided what we're gonna.
I was thinking about. We were talking about like adaptations for movies, and it's we talked about Dumbo and
Beauty and the
Beast and Cinderella, which we didn't see.
Yeah.
Right.
But so there's a recent trend of adapting.
Sorry, Alana.
Sorry, Alana. Yeah, Alana. We told everyone to comment, and no one did except Alana. Our favorite fan right now.
Yeah.
Unless you comment.
Yeah, we give her a 2-minute, like...
Shout out.
It's true. But, so we didn't see it. But if you comment, we probably will listen to you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It depends if we want to do what
We
you say.
keep telling people that we'll, like, comment and we'll respond to you, but we have never responded.
Oh, yeah. We should respond at least.
I tried to... YouTube wouldn't let me comment. I didn't know what was happening. It kept telling me my comment couldn't go through.
Oh.
So, I don't know what's up with YouTube. So, if YouTube is listening, shout out to YouTube for fucking...
What if, like... Okay, so, yeah, what do you guys think about these, like, live-action films that are, like, these fairy tales turn out? Because they've done it for a while, but, like... what do you think? Because
go ahead.
I don't know. I just like I don't know what really is the point, but because recently they did the Snow White ones. They did Mirror Mirror and they did Snow White and the Huntsman, and both of those films I saw both films, and both of them were very disappointments. I mean, Mirror Mirror was like what it was supposed to be, like like this weird but Snow White and the Huntsman was so backed up and like it was gonna be cool, it was gonna be dark, it was gonna have
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, Charlize Theron was like the queen and she was scary and like
oh yeah, I bet you
fail. Shit was a failure. It was so boring. Like I didn't feel anything for Snow White. I didn't feel anything for anyone in that film. It was really like awful writing. I don't know.
If the question is what is the point, I feel like the answer is as it always
money,
is.
Money, 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 money.
Yeah. I don't know if they just like will something live action be able to tell something that animation doesn't,
The thing about it is, what I heard somewhere once, and what I always attribute these things to is, America is not paying for films anymore. Like Americans, they don't pay for. That's not how films make their money. They make all their money overseas. Maybe you told me this.
/ through merchandising and like all different.
A wise person once told her.
So wise.
And the overseas audience, they get way more money if the title is something recognizable. If it's not a new film that nobody knows anything about. If it's a story people already know, like Cinderella or Battleship, which people recognize that name. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, people recognize that name. It's gonna make way more money. So those movies get greenlit and get made like immediately because they're like, "Yep, this will make money." Yeah,
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's just there's no. I wish there was more new takes to these films or made them. I mean, they want them for children. Yeah. They want them family audiences because seems sometimes like a lack of family audience, like family films a lot, especially like sometimes in the summertime that happens a lot. Sometimes just like in general, there's a lack of family films. So when you have these films, you recognize that they want them for family films, but also I would love to see just a different take. Yeah. I like a really just, go back to the, grim fairy tales, or do it in, like, a different kind of way from, like, a different perspective. Not, like with
a Cinderella story with Hilary Duff.
Those. Or, pick an African fairy tale, or, a Chinese fairy tale, or something, from a different, non-Western perspective.
They should do some mythology.
Mythology?
Yeah.
I would love to see.
They should. I would well, I guess they did. They did, like Clash of the Titans, and then
Troy.
Those were horrible.
Hercules
and
Troy. Yeah.
I love Troy.
Troy's a good movie.
But Hercules was, they did Hercules, and that wasn't that good. They've done it all, but
they're doing it, but you're right. They're not putting anything fresh or new to it.
Yeah, new to it.
The same white actors and the same Western stories.
They should do like a Greek mythology like television show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I was trying to think if they had
Greek. Like Greek, but that's about Greek life.
Yeah.
Or
was that secretly about gods and goddesses?
No,
like I would love to see.
I know. I watched it all, Anna.
I love to see like an Alice in Wonderland that wasn't like that was about like her in like New York City getting high all the time, like like how that kind of
we could do a web series about it.
Yeah. I think
in New York, living in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's not gonna.
Mine will be in New York. She'll end up.
She has to come visit.
Like, grumpy about it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about New York right now.
Comment. Where should Maya live?
Where should Maya
live?
What should I? What do you guys think I should do with that? Like, which rich man should I marry? Comment below.
Include phone numbers.
Include phone numbers.
Or Tinders.
Oh God.
But sorry, just like what I don't know what. Like, what live action film would I love to see they do?
A fairy tale, you mean?
Like a fairy tale.
I think, I'm kind of excited about Dumbo. I like elephants. And elephants are fun to watch on screen, I feel like. So...
I don't know which ones would be weird, to do.
Is it going to be a real elephant?
Ooh, they should do Mulan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't trust them to not make it racist, though.
Yeah, they would make it racist.
They would make it racist.
Yeah, they would. I think I would have to see, like...
Remember the Lone Ranger?
What if they made...
Oh, God, the Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
Which is too recent to be that racist.
Yeah.
Way too recent.
It was so funny. They're like, Johnny Depp got, he was like,
inaugurated
or something like this from Native American. He was like, I went to the Native American, like, base and I got, like, accepted by them, or what, some bullshit thing. I'm like, y'all need to stop. Like, this is, like, enough.
Are there any fairy tale adaptations, live action, that we do like that already exist?
I love the Cinderella.
with Brandy.
Was
fantastic.
I've never seen it all the way through.
Oh,
I've
so
seen
good.
it on TV.
I've seen... I like the Lion King Broadway version.
I was going to say the Lion King live action version.
You mean the filmed Broadway stage?
Oh, God. They could do Tarzan. Well, I think
they should not do Tarzan.
They should not do Tarzan.
I wanna know.
Yeah, there's great music, but it's
so good.
They probably shouldn't do Pocahontas.
They probably
they should not do Pocahontas.
Aladdin would be interesting, like, as a film that's live action.
Yeah, I mean, A Million and One Nights, that's a really old myth. That's not just Aladdin. That's good. That would be a good... I like that story.
Yeah, that's a really... interesting story.
If they did it right. I think if they just tried to adapt the Disney version of Aladdin, that would be
Enchanted was that was not a fairy tale, but like a fairy tale like
or 1,001 Nights.
But yeah,
not million. It's mille in French. That's why it's so bad.
Oh, but I liked Enchanted. That was a cute like change of like doing a fairy tale movie that was like
that was a good film.
That was a good film.
Enchanted
with Amy Adams.
Oh right.
Patrick Dempsey.
I don't think I saw it. I might have seen it.
I loved it. I think I saw it like 3 times in theaters.
I'm trying to see like any cartoons that would be.
I mean, like I said, they're not doing it because of the money, but I want to see new things. Like, there's new stories out there or new ways to do things, and I miss film. Supposed to be creative. It's an art form. It's writing. The point should be to convey a good story. But,
I know it's like weird, like slightly pretentious, but I hate waiting until like the end of the year for some like either like summertime, sometimes from like films from the winter come out in the summertime. But like I just hate waiting for the end of the year for like quality, you know? Like, I hate just waiting for all these films and then, like, having to be, like, intellectually, like, bombarded with all these things. Like, why can't they spread it out through the, like, you know, months that, like, you can see a really good film.
Gotta see the Oscars.
Yeah, why, like, why do we have to just wait, like, till the end? And why do they, like, because I know they, you know, they put them at the end so they can get awards. So it keeps in everyone's mind. But I feel like if they spread them out, you know, it's so much more enjoyable because then you're like, I saw a really good film this, like, you know, recently. You know, so especially during the summertime, which is just a bombardment of, like, crashing and, you know, explosions and people dying. I'm just, like, slightly sidetracked, but, like, people dying in these, I'm, like, just, like, kind of amazed by, you know, superhero movies and, like, how many people die during these superhero films?
You mean, like, civilian casualties?
Civilian casualties, because how, like, the Avengers sort of had it set up where they, like, tried to push people away from all the damage.
And then they just, I think because it was Joss Whedon directing it, they did have this little bit at the end where they're, like, trying to show people rebuilding.
Yeah.
But,
like,
was nice.
But Man of Steel, they did not tell anyone that was happening. And they were in, like, a big city. And, like, they were going through, like, buildings, solid buildings. And buildings were crashing down. Like, that was, like, a huge terrorist attack. And that's, like, some scary,
I
triggering.
love the fact that in Jupiter Ascending, like, they crash through all these buildings and there's all this destruction. And then he's like, don't worry about it. Like, they've already forgotten. And we're just like, what? But there must have been so many people that saw that. And
that's, like, a good one. Jupiter's Ascending had that. At least they were like, we're going to wipe everyone's memory and we're going to rebuild.
What about people who died? Like, oh, this person disappeared. Like, my brother disappeared. I don't know where he went.
The thing about that is, I think, not to be like, oh, it's all 9/11, but, like, right after 9/11, I think one of the reasons superhero movies is suddenly coming back so forcefully now is people think it's been enough time since 9/11 to show explosions in New York and in buildings.
Yeah.
Right after 9/11, you look at the old superhero movies and you're not seeing that many.
Yeah.
You don't see explosions on buildings.
Like huge, like, heavy, like, they take down, like, now it's, like, a whole thing in trailers where they take down major, you know...
People love it.
Major buildings. Why would you...
People like it.
It's like, it's like...
People get enjoyment out of seeing the destruction of...
Yeah. Because no one's taking down LA. Like, no one's taking down... I mean, they do Chicago a lot. With Transformers was, like, a big thing with Chicago. They're just, like, fucking up Chicago with Transformers. Mm. But, like, just, like... Maybe that's one thing that I like about Thor. They were, like, in a small town. And, like, no one... like, they were just fucking up one small town.
Oh, yeah. But to go back... Yeah. Anyway. I don't know. To go back to, like, mythology stuff. I just, like, want... I mean, I just ignore the fact that Clash of the Titans happened. So I'm just, like, basically what I want is, like, Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson is, like...
That was a fun movie.
Yeah, but I mean, that's, like, more creative because it's like, oh, demigods. Like, what would happen if, you know, all the gods are having all these kids all the time with mortals, and what do you do with them if they're, like, kind of, like, half gods and then they all have these powers and... it's based on a book series that everyone should read. I just finished, like, I don't know. It was technically another series, but they were intertwined, sort of, because it was, like, Greek and Roman gods. Yeah. But, yeah, and so it's fantastic. They had so good.
A comic book like that where they had all the different, like, it was, like, a world where basically demigods, like, and just, like, gods existed, and so they all, like, went to different high schools, and you had... like, all the, like, Middle Eastern, Native American, like, non-Western ones went to one school. And then they had the Western ones. But they also had,
What's
like...
the name of the comic?
Oh, God, I forgot it. I think I have it at home, or maybe I sold it. But I forgot what it was called. But it was just, like, all the, like, Greek, Roman... I think one guy was Japanese, like, gods. They all went to one school, and then the others went to other school. And, like, and Egyptians, and then it's, like... And they, like, had rivalries with each other, and it was, like, something big was happening, but it was, like, a really cool...
Cool.
Yeah,
But, I mean, there's a difference between rehashing the same story and over again, like Cinderella, and creating a new story within a world that already exists.
AKA really fan fiction.
Right.
Because fan fiction's the best.
Fan fiction.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap up soon, though.
Yeah.
But Rosie, do you want to give us a quick... How was the symposium?
Yeah, so I went to this Asian film symposium, which I think... during our lunch break, Marvin Krislov came to, like, speak to us, and he said, oh, this is, like, the first Chinese and Indian, like, film symposium that's, like, ever been done. Like, I don't know, maybe it's, like,
in
here.
The world?
No, well, like,
maybe
somewhere, I don't know, or, like...
In the northeastern...
Yeah, so that was cool, and, like, so basically the way it was set up was, there was 2 panels, one 3 hours, one 2.5 hours, and they just got these professors from all around the U.S., some were from, like... A couple were from, like, California. I was like, oh, they flew all the way here for this. And they would give their kind of... We read all of their papers beforehand, and then... and they were all kind of trying to talk about this, like, idea of, like, post-nationalism.
What's post-nationalism?
Yeah, well, that was the question of the day.
So we won't get into what the symposium did.
But, yeah, and so... So we read their papers, and then they were just giving, like, these half-hour presentations on them. Some were better than others. Some people just kind of, like, read from their papers. And I was like, well, that's not... There's no point to that. We already read them. And then they had, like, an hour-long panel discussion where people could ask questions. And it was... Yeah, it was interesting, I guess. It was a very long day. We had to get there at 9 a.m., and we left at... like 4:45. So it was a very full day.
You saw Tom Gunning on Friday, right?
I didn't.
Oh,
but he was at the symposium, and he asked some good questions. He was not what I was expecting either. I don't know.
I looked him up before.
He had some interesting points. I feel like, I don't know if I was just really tired, but some of the stuff that they were talking about just, like, went right over my head. I was just like, and you know, they were using that sort of academic speak, like, jargon, and I was like, I just can't concentrate enough to try and figure out what it is you're saying.
On the weekend.
Yeah, exactly, and for, like, 8 hours. But yeah, so no, I didn't go to the talk. I did go to one of the film screenings on Friday, which was good. Did I tell you guys about it? Yeah, okay. I don't even... what was it called? It was, like... My High Heels, High Heeled something. Yeah. And I forget the director's name too. But yeah, so it was short. It was like an hour, and it was really interesting. It started out with just, like, these shots of this woman who is Korean American, and she's a designer in New York City, and she was talking about all her high heels and what they mean to her. And then... Oh, something interesting that the Chinese film professor here said before, when she was introducing the film, was that the way that the story is told in this film is different than it usually is, where usually it goes from production to consumption, and this one goes from, like, consumption to production. So we see the high heels, her wearing the high heels. There are all these shots of people walking around New York City in heels, and then it goes to the production, like the factory in China, and you kind of like profile these workers who are, like, actually making the shoes, but, like, would never get to buy them because they're making so little money, and them talking about, like, oh yeah, I think all these rich women must be wearing these shoes and they must make so much money. And then it goes back even farther into production to how they get the leather. So yeah, they gave us a little bit of warning when they were introducing the film, and said, oh, there's some animal cruelty, which did not cut it, because it was literally just them killing cows and skinning them.
That's what Rachel was talking about. She was like, I will never consume something ever again. And I was like, I didn't understand what she was talking about. And then
so you're never gonna buy leather shoes again?
Did I say that? I think Rachel may have said that. I did not say that.
Yeah, Rachel,
I mean, it's horrible. Right. Like, it's terrible the way that they're treating them, and, like, it's just, yeah, it was pretty gross. But yeah, I don't know. It was a really interesting film. I enjoyed it, even though I was grossed out. But I think that was, the point. It was supposed to be shocking. It was supposed to make you really think about what you consume and where it comes from and the people who were behind it. So it made me think.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we did a nice movie review.
That was actually a nice movie. Thanks, Rosie.
You're welcome, yeah.
All right, so...
I did find one event that has to do with movies, sort of.
Sweet.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but the Metropolitan Opera, they project the live opera at the Apollo now. So this Wednesday from 6:30 to 10 p.m., opera lovers can go see La Donna del Lago from the Metropolitan Opera House in New York. We are recording. Sorry.
How long do you guys think will be?
Another, 15 minutes.
Okay.
I have it booked, so. That was mean. I'm just tired of people interrupting us. Anyway, so people can go see that. Other than that, not a lot going on campus. Do your midterms. Have a good break.
Have a good break. We'll see Insurgent from.
I'm totally gonna see it.
Yeah, I'm
probably gonna go.
I don't see it on Friday. I'll see it over break.
Yeah, we'll see it over break. Insurgent will be here in Apollo with I think Cinderella. So what are you guys doing for spring break?
Comment. Tell us what you're doing.
Tell
us what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to New Mexico with my mom and my sister. So we're doing a Breaking Bad tour for my sister, but also fun things. Maybe I don't know what's gonna happen.
That'll be fun.
So what are you doing?
Going to Myrtle Beach with my friends.
Spring break.
Spring breakers.
Spring break.
Anna gone wild. Send us some pictures, Anna. We'll post them on the website. Facebook page.
Rosie, what you doing?
What?
Rosie,
did you want to say something else?
I was gonna say I sort of don't want to take pictures over break because I just see all these pictures from all my friends of just a bunch of white people on the beach, and I just.
Did you know that you can take pictures and not post them on Facebook?
That's what I do all the time. Everyone's like, "Where's my pictures?"
It's a thing. I think some people do it. Maybe
I'll try it out.
But you should. I'll actually post them because I want to see them.
I'll show them to you.
Okay. I'm going home. New York City. Love you. I'm coming back. I'm coming for you. I'm leaving early too. I'm skipping one of my classes, but my professor's probably gonna cancel it anyway, so it all worked out. And I'm gonna go watch the series finale of Glee and cry my freaking eyes out with my friends. And they're gonna sleep over because we're not emotionally stable enough to go home.
I feel like I should watch it just because I watched 3 seasons of Glee. I feel like I owe myself.
That's further than a lot of people got.
I went through all those 3 seasons. The third season was tough. It was a tough one. But
the third season I was just constantly angry.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure when this is going to get posted exactly, so hopefully we're not coming to you
So our spring breaks might be, or probably going to be.
Yeah. Hopefully we're not coming to you too late, listeners, but I know you don't listen on time anyways, so it's all good.
We still love you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
See you later.
That's it.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. Oh, I hated that.